Should the man responsible for the Eaton Centre shooting received the harshest sentence possible and available to the courts? That was the polarizing discussion today as both the Crown and the defence presented their submissions to the judge today. Now, Christopher Husbands was in the courtroom. He's admitted to killing 2 and injuring 5, and he sat calmly looking straight ahead while listening to both the defence and the Crown. It's a day etched into the consciousness of an entire city. June 2nd, 2012, a tidal wave of panic floods the Eaton Centre food court. Dozens begin to run as Christopher Husbands unloads 14 bullets into the mall. Innocent bystanders die for cover. Young Connor Stevenson is struck in the head by a bullet amid the deadly flurry of firepower.
I have to live every day, just kind of making sure that I don't get hit in the head. I mean, I fell down I fell just down one stair and hit my chin and completely knocked myself out.
Husbands was previously convicted of 2 counts of second-degree murder and fought the decision. He won the appeal, and a jury has found him guilty of 2 lesser counts of manslaughter. Today, the now 29-year-old sat attentively as his defense lawyer laid out the reasons why her client should only receive a 15-year sentence minus time served. Husbands has already spent 7 years in jail. The defense argues that since he spent some of his time in solitary confinement at the old Don jail, his sentence should be reduced even further. If the judge agrees, Husbands could be looking at only 3 more years behind bars.
I think what changed my life most is actually seeing how this trial process has gone. I mean, I thought I lived in Canada. I thought we had a system where people who murder people in the middle of a mall on camera would go to jail for it and not be out in 7 or 10 years.
Today, the defense noted that Husbands was exposed to both physical and sexual violence as a young boy. As a teen, he volunteered at a youth center. He was enrolled in college and in the midst of turning his life around when he was beaten and stabbed upwards of 20 times by a group of men. Following that, Husbands suffered from PTSD. When he saw some of the men who stabbed him at the Eaton Centre, the defense alleges that a crazy storm of emotions came over him. The Crown is asking for life in jail for the manslaughter convictions. That usually comes with a chance at parole after 7 years, though it would also ensure that Husbands is monitored by the parole board. That's something that wouldn't happen if the defense gets their way with a lesser sentence.
This wasn't a question of was he the shooter. He was the shooter. He is the one who shot Connor. The bullet went in Connor's head, and we want to make sure that that is what people understand about this.
Now, the defense also argued today that Husbands has rehabilitation potential and that he's allegedly shown remorse. The next court date is set for October 16th.